Tagahl Sherekhan, a big, beefy, glaive, swingy, blue light, flashy, odd face having explosive monster of a Musa, and Perlibus' newest addition to their new Battle Royale style game, Shadow Arena. But Nixie, what does Tagahl Sherekhan do? Today, I'm gonna show you. Tagahl's first and inherent ability is called Scale Ripper. By pressing your right mouse button, you'll swing the glaive, reducing DP and knocking back any enemy hit. Keep in mind, this is not a blowback, but a knockback, meaning your opponent will only be in a spin-like CC for a short amount of time. Tagahl's second ability is Skull Crusher. By pressing 1 on your keyboard, you'll charge a short distance, then swing the glaive to send enemies flying. This is a blowback CC. It will launch the enemy away from you and put them in a knockdown state. You will have to be at peak performance to combo off of this type of CC, but if you try hard enough, anyone can. Tagahl's third ability is called Wing Breaker. By pressing 2 on your keyboard, you'll grab the enemy in front, then send them flying. This decreases the movement speed of enemies hit. This ability is one of the most important ones Tagahl has access to. Being able to grab somebody out of super armors and defensive stances is huge for Tagahl. Always look for creative ways to follow this skill up immediately after it ends. Next we have Tagahl's fourth ability, Dragon Slash. By pressing 3 on your keyboard, you'll block enemy attacks, then hit the enemy to blow them back. Ignore some of the enemy's DP when dealing damage. Again, this is another blowback CC, but it has a defensive stance during the first portion of the skill. This can be great for both comboing and setting up a sneaky reversal against characters with dash skills if you have the right read on them. Tagahl's fifth and final ability is called Dragon Impaler. By pressing 4 on your keyboard, you'll cut down enemies in front with all your strength. This attack is slow, but inflicts powerful damage to all enemies within range and blows them back. Another blowback CC, as is the theme with our friend Mr. Sherekhan. However, this time it's not about the CC, but the damage. This skill can do some insane damage, much akin to Vensler's Judgment. If charged and hitting the enemy's back, this skill has the potential to do over 10,000 damage, the highest health pool in the game. Now that we've seen all the abilities our new angry grandfather has in store for us, let's break them down into a bit more detail. Scale Ripper, Tagahl's inherent skill, has a base total damage of 600, a cooldown of 12 seconds. It also applies a DP reduction of 15% for 5 seconds, giving you an opportunity for some serious burst. A good follow-up to this would be Abdomen Kick, 2 basic attacks, Wing Breaker, then Dragon Slash. Skull Crusher, Tagahl's first skill, has a base total damage of 500. A cooldown of 16 seconds. This skill disarms defensive stances, so it will break things like Jordine's Shield of Heidel or Yonwa's Clairvoyance. This skill applies a blowback CC, but because of the duration of its ending, we're not sure if you can combo off this safely. Wing Breaker, Tagahl's second skill, has a base total damage of 480, a cooldown of 18 seconds. This skill disarms defensive stances, applies a movement speed debuff of 20% for 6 seconds to the enemy, and causes a blowback CC. However, in this case you can start moving almost instantly, giving you an easy follow-up of Dragon Slash to Skull Crusher for some decent damage. Dragon Slash, Tagahl's third skill, has a base total damage of 280, but an additional fixed damage rate of 1000. making its base damage effectively 1280, a cooldown of 15 seconds. This ability also applies defensive stance, and a blowback CC to the enemy. This skill is by far Tagahl's best ultimate option. The 30% reduced casting time makes it very easy to use this skill in the middle of combos, or as a reversal when you're being pressured. Dragon Impaler, Tagahl's fourth and final skill, has a base total damage of 1000, a cooldown of 20 seconds. This skill disarms defensive stances, and applies a blowback CC. This skill has 3 levels of charge that you can use if given the opportunity. In most cases, you'll only be able to get 1 charge before having to cast the ability, but in cases where your opponent hasn't noticed you, or for third partying, you can dish out some serious damage. Next up, we're going to take a look at a relatively optimal combo I figured out for Tagahl. Here's how Tagahl's main combo works. Start with Scale Ripper, follow this up with Abdomen Kick into a forward attack. Next, Wing Breaker. Hold Shift and W to buffer the sprinting state, then jump and left click as soon as possible to trigger a sprinting jump attack. Now add in a basic attack, cancelled by Dragon Slash. End the combo with a Skull Crusher for the kill. Hopefully this video was able to give you a little bit more information about Tagahl Sherekhan. I for one am really looking forward to playing him over the coming days and weeks and truly getting a grip on his strengths and weaknesses. Overall, I think he's a very capable and very powerful hero in the right hands, but he definitely has a steep learning curve when it comes to understanding his ins and outs. Thank you everyone who made it this far. If you want to see more content just like this, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment if you have any feedback for me. As always guys, have a great day.